that we will make it. Have no point to look back. We're going to attack with this beat. That we will make it. Have no point to look back. We're going to attack. That we will make it. Have no point to look back. We're going to attack with this beat. That we will make it. Have no point to look back. We're going to attack.
Oh, jeez, you can't even see me. What the heck? Hi, friends! Hang on. No, that's not what I wanted. Hold, please. Try that again. There we go. You can see me. Happy Wednesday evening to you, friends. Welcome back. We are doing a WIP Wednesday. Now that we have completed our Wild West PMQ, we needed another platform for our Wednesday live streams, so it will be a WIP Wednesday. And I've got a WIP sitting here in front of me, and I have been pondering it for the last 10 minutes because I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it is, and it turns out it's not. So I'm going to need y'all's help because I cannot figure this out to save my life. But anyway, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening so far. I hope you're having a great week so far. My week has been a rough one. And I hope the weather by you has been great. It did get to be pretty warm today, but we didn't have any humidity, which I'm really grateful for. You know, a lot of you have had some really horrible heat and humidity this week. So hopefully you guys have been able to stay indoors and stay healthy and things like that. So I am thinking about all of you, but today it was a high of 94, but there was no humidity, so it was actually really kind of nice outside. So it is getting to be summer. You know, it is what it is. So I did hear from the girls today. For those of you who don't remember, the girls are currently on a cruise right now. And so is Lucas, so that's why he is not moderating the channel right now. But they are on a cruise and they're having a great time. I've gotten to talk to them a couple times already when they've been in ports, so they've had some service. So they're doing great. They're having a great time. I'm really excited about it. Can't wait to hear all about their trip. I'm sure Lucas will fill us in on all the details next week when he returns. So I'm really excited about that as well. So today's project for me is a whip. It's a project that I've been working on off camera. Basically, whenever I come in here and I want to work on something, I'm just not sure what to work on. I like to have one or two like non-channel whips that I like to have in here, like things that I'm just not working on the channel. Just have something to come in here and play with. And this one seemed like it was going to be an easy enough pattern. It's called Starfire by Villa Rosa Designs. It's a little postcard pattern, and it seemed like it was going to be easy enough until I got to the point where I have to start sewing up the blocks. And now I'm confused. I think I'm going to be able to figure this out, but this first one's going to be a doozy, I'm thinking. But anyway, this is what the pattern looks like for you guys. And I did pick colors that are pretty similar to this. Actually, I didn't do a solid red in the center, but I did do red fabrics in the center, so you can kind of see my blocks there. I've got the red ones there. So I did try to do that as much as I could. And so we're going to try and put this thing together. So go ahead, take a minute to go grab some of your own whips, UFOs, and sew in your machine, and just hang out with me for the evening. That's really all we're going to do tonight. I don't know that this was the best one to pick for for a weeknight excursion, but you know, it kind of is what it is, and we'll figure it out. That's fine. But first of all, let me go ahead and hop into chat. I don't know why I pulled my mouse away. Let me hop into chat and say hello to everybody there. I think, yeah, Susan Eurout was the first person in chat today. So, Susan, thank you so much for being here. She was there not too much early, about 15 minutes early. So, I really appreciate that. Fern King is also here. Hi, Fern. It's so great to see you. Happy Wednesday to you also. And I see Sean is here. Gosh, Sean, I feel like it's been forever since we've seen you. I hope you're well. I hope you're been having a fantastic time and enjoying your summer and things. And while there's like a delay here going on, whatever, it's fine. It's all good. Sandra Kay is also here. Hi, Sandra. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us this evening. Carrie Lynn is also here. Hi, Carrie. It's so great to see you. I hope your hand is doing well. I know you have to go to the doctor every few days to get that bandage changed. So the good news is I hope you're on the mend. Chloe is also here. Hi, Chloe. Welcome back to the channel. So great to see you. Moldy Liz, Sean says, hi everyone, drinking coffee in my So Not an Expert mug and chillin'. I love it. Thanks so much. I'm so glad that you got a coffee mug. If you guys are interested in your own coffee mug, you can do exclamation point merch in chat, and you can purchase one of your own as well. I am not drinking coffee. I am drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade. Because that's the kind of week I've had. So I'm drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade. Mm. It's yummy. It's very yummy. Um, let's see. Sean says, I dismantled my long arm and need to get all the double-sided stickum off the runner so I can get it back up here in this room. Oh my goodness. The last time we talked, you were picking it up from your daughter's house, so I'm glad that you were able to get it all figured out. She says, I don't think I have any thimbles I've never played. It does. You do have some. Yeah. There you go. Vern, thanks so much for helping out Sean, getting their thimbles all set up and ready to go, so we appreciate that. Thanks so much. Hi, Katie. Welcome back to the channel. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you also. Welcome back. It's so great to see you. So great to catch up with everybody, see how everybody's weeks are, days are going, and their spring? No, yes, fall, spring to summer is going. I guess it depends on where you live, but most people it's a spring right now. Excuse me. Just scrolling through chat right now, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Teresa Lynch, hello. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Yes, Sandra, Fern, thank you guys so much for helping Sean navigate through the Symbols program. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for that. That looks like I'm missing some moderators today, but that's all right. We'll manage. We can manage. Hi, Patty. I see you popped in there as well. Hello. It's so great to see you. Fern says, my sister's in Alaska on vacation. Oh, I'm jealous. I would love to go to Alaska one of these days. One of these days. Yes. Let's see. Sean says I work too much and I babysit. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. That's what the replays are there for. It's for all the times when you can't catch us live. But I'm grateful that you were able to catch us live this time. And whenever you are. Susan says, cut and sewn strips I sewed yesterday into 10-inch pieces for my Shop Hop store block quilt. Time to just sit. Went to the eye doctor today. All good. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Congrats about that. Yeah, we're going to try to figure this out. So, I've never made one of these, and maybe you guys have, but I've never made one. It's a weird star block. It's 4 rectangles and then a square in the center, but the pieces don't really line up, and so I'm trying to read the instructions, and my brain is kind of in overload, so I think we're just going to give it a go, and we're going to see if we can figure it out. You take 4 rectangles. I'm going to move this so that it's out of the way. There you go. Oh, crap. Of course. Hang on. Oh, alright. Hang on. Well, it looks like Streamlabs is taking care of it for me, so that's kind of nice. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Streamlabs. We're going to do this. Give me a second, guys. Let me take care of this for just a minute. There we go. There is that. So Streamlabs is taking care of that for me. But in the meantime, I'm going to do something real quick. Give me just a second here, guys. Yeah. We're going to do this. There we go. Looks like I'm going to have some new subscribers to the channel, so that's going to be fun. They only last a day. Give me a second. I'm all on my own today. Don't have any moderators, so there we go. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right. There we go. Let's see how long that lasts. It's always one in the bunch, right? Right from the get-go. All right, well, let's give that a go. Let's see how that works out. You guys let me know if you see him again. We will try and get rid of him. Okay, so the directions say to attach this square to the edge of this piece, but not to sew it all the way to the edge. You're supposed to leave half an inch or so gap, so that's where we're going to try that first and see what happens. So I'm going to do a back stitch here to make sure that nothing falls apart, and then I'm just going to sew off the edge. Right? Yeah, I'm with you. They must get thrills from it. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. They can. You know, and I get the subscribers at least for a little while, so it's fun. So at least that part of it's fun. Okay, so now I've got to do this one here. Goes to this one. We're gonna try and figure this out, folks. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to do this. So. Oh, you're back again. Yeah, thank you, Streamlabs. Thank you, Streamlabs. Streamlabs is helping me out today. There we go. I don't know. They must get their thrills from it. I don't know. That's fine. We'll figure it out. They must have some type of a bot that gets through the yeah. So let's do this. There we go. Try that. We're gonna try that. See if that works. Of course, now I have to watch this again. Oh, another subscriber. Thanks so much. This is gonna be great. He's gonna totally ruin my day. I love it. So much fun. Thanks so much for that. Truly appreciate it. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna try and keep going. Okay. Alright, so there's our second one, and so now our third one is supposed to attach to this one here. The good news is that Streamlabs seems to be catching it, so that is helping out quite a bit. Thank you, Streamlabs, for assisting. How is everybody's week so far? Got any fun projects that you're working on? I know Susan just mentioned what she was doing. How are you guys doing? How's everybody else doing? I'm trying to get this one put together so that I can kind of get an idea of how it works, so that we can kind of look at the rest of them. Thank you, Streamlabs. So Streamlabs keeps watching them, so report. On there. Hide the channel. Thank you very much. See you later. One day they'll go away. Must be a thrill for them. I don't know. Must be a thrill to to be blocked from every channel. I don't know how that's exciting to me, but whatever. It's probably some 12-year-old kid, you know, who's got nothing better to do. Whatever. Alright, so I've got 3 of them done. Yay! Moving right along. So now this 4th one is where it gets tricky because see we've only partially sewn up that seam on this one here. So we're supposed to somehow this is the part that gets me. We're supposed to sew this piece to this piece like this. And then tuck it in somehow and sew it the other side. Like that's the part that like has got me thrown for a loop. So we're gonna give this a go, guys. We're gonna try it out. So I'm gonna go this way. Is he back again? Or did I just miss it? It was deleted by Streamlabs, so we're gonna just do that. Yeah, the same side. One day I'll get through all of his screen names. The nice thing is though, you get the subscribers at least for a hot minute, so you know. Thanks for the subscribers. Alright. So this one is tricky. Like, I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around it. I'm hoping to get this first one done, and if I can get this first one done, no, it's just like a piece of cake. You cut through the first one, and then it seems to work out a little bit better. So we're gonna. All right. So there's that. Got that one done. Sweet. Now we're gonna flip this over again, like this, and finish sewing the seam. Okay, okay. See, I knew if I worked through it, if I like work through one, then I could try to figure this out. And we've got a few of them to do, so now it's kind of starting to make a little bit more sense. And it's not nearly as intimidating as I thought it was going to be. Alright, let me show you what I've got. We finished this one. This one was really nice. This one wasn't so bad. This is a weird corner here, so we gotta figure that out. But so weird seam. We're gonna have to kind of work through that. But here, guys, this is what it looks like. So this is the block. So it's kind of cool block. But that's what's gonna look like. So now that I understand it, and I've wrapped my brain around it, now I can start to work on it a little bit more easy. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have to sew up one to each of these. So I'm just going to go ahead real quick and just kind of grab one. I'm not going to do the whole block at one time. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3. And then grab this one. Go 1, 2, 3. Let's see, go like that. Did I miss? That's what. So my screen didn't refresh. Sorry about that, guys. So hi Agnes, welcome. I like why isn't chat moving? And that's because my screen didn't refresh. So sorry about that. I think I missed like a bunch of people. Oh Lord. Did I miss some things? I'm sorry, guys. Hi Agnes, welcome back to the channel. Can I tell you where you can be? Oh Lord. What did I miss? Hi Linda, welcome back to the channel. Why seams, Danny? Yes, the one was a Y seam. Yeah, I've never done Y seams before. Floating seams, panic. Yeah, I've never done a Y seam before, so I didn't know what I was doing there. Sorry, guys. I didn't have my screen refreshed for whatever reason, and so I missed all these chats. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's work. So 1, 2, 3. Now that I've figured this out, I'm gonna grab one of those. 1, 2, 3 over here. One of these. Looks like he's gone for the moment. 2, 3. On to a different channel, maybe. Who knows? For a minute, anyway. I'm sure he'll come back with a vengeance. We'll take the break while we can. Welcome, everybody, to the channel. Welcome to a Wednesday, WIP Wednesday. This one's a bit tricky for me. It's definitely not one that I've never done a Y seam before, so it's a little different for me. So I'm learning. You gotta learn, you know. Learn and grow. That's what we do here. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm just pulling the one out for now because we're gonna start to like spin these around. We're gonna chain piece them. Now that I know what I'm doing, we're gonna start chain piecing them. But I need one of each of these to sew the squares to. So I'm just gonna pull these out real quick. How is everybody else's week going? I think I've asked that before, but I've been kind of distracted, so I do apologize for that. All right. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. I did something like that. Whatever. My phone's going off. No. Just email, maybe? Let's check. Oh, please. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. All right. Let's try this again, shall we? Now that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got these here, and so we're going to be sewing one of these. How did I do this, guys? For goodness sake. I did one of these to one of these, but I turned it this way, right? Yes, okay, yeah, I did. I turned it this way, and I kind of started about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch down. Okay, I'm getting there now, and I'm going to do 2 things there. And I am going to backspace this one just so it doesn't come apart as we're trying to work with it. So there's one. No, I do need to match these up, so that's why the fabrics are kind of a little wonky here. There we go. What is everybody else working on? There we go. I didn't backspace that one. Oh, that should be okay. Backspace. There we go. Backspace, backtack, whatever you want to call it. Anchor, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Patty says I'm ironing blue scraps for a potato chip quilt. Patty, I've never heard of a potato chip quilt. What is that? Inquiring minds need to know. Sandra says she's hand sewing her applique blocks. That is awesome, Sandra. One of these days, I will learn how to do the applique stuff. I have a pattern that I would like to try. I just am not there yet. Katie says working on eating a salad and then it's back to binding. Hey, Katie, you know what? That can be hard work sometimes. So I totally get it. I understand. I hope it's a good salad. I hope it's really good. Too funny. And let's see. Fern says we have been painting the living room. Grandson is helping a lot. Well, that's awesome. Painting is the worst. Like, oh God, when Mr. Wizard and I last year around this time, you guys remember we did a major remodel of our house. It was just new flooring and painting and things like that, and it was awful. Like it was just terrible. Like it's just awful. Like it's definitely not something we ever want to have to do again. For sure. For sure. For sure. All right. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Go back a few. This is a new technique for me, guys. I have never done this before. It's something different. I'm glad I got it figured out with that first one. But it's definitely different. It's not something I'm used to for sure. It's weird. It's definitely weird. And this probably isn't the right color thread for these white seams, but it's alright. I'm using a bright red thread. It probably isn't a smart idea. Probably should have used white, but I wasn't really thinking. Well, it's fine. YouTube is full of potato chip quilt patterns. I'm using Mount Scrapmore with Brenda's pattern. Oh, fun. Hi, Marie. Welcome. Nanita, hello. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. Happy Wednesday to you. I can't say that I've seen your name in chat before, so if you are new to the channel, welcome. We're so grateful that you're here. We love making new friends. Katie posted a pic of a white potato chip quilt in her Facebook group. Oh, Katie, that's awesome! Thank you so much. I can't wait to see what that is. I've never even heard of one. Like, can somebody try to explain it to me? Like, is it like a, like little scrap pieces? Like, what is it? Is it like yeah, I'm just curious to know. Like, I need to go see it now. Let's see. Just checking to make sure I'm not missing anything. I hope you guys are doing okay. Yeah, I will definitely check it out. It looks like bricks. Oh, okay, okay. Are they small pieces then, or is it like our yellow brick road? Or I'm curious. I'm really curious to know how that works. Okay, so this one right there. Oh, forgot the backpack. Go off. Sometimes I forget. All right. All right. Go. Two more to do, and then we can kind of move on with this, which is really nice. My pieces are 2 by 3.5 rectangles. Oh, okay, okay. I'm kind of picturing it in my head. I can kind of see what you're talking about. I wonder, why do they call it a potato chip? Can I ask stupid questions? Like, why do they call it a potato chip? What about it makes it is it like circular? Or is it just because it's small pieces? You'll have to excuse the stupid questions, but like I said, I've never heard of one before, so I like to learn new things, and you guys are always teaching me so many things. So many things. So okay, this one is almost done. So we have to do a partial seam on this, which is just throwing me off. Like I've never done this before, so it's all kinds of new. But you know, sometimes you gotta challenge yourself a little bit, learn new things. First one will be blue and white, and then the next one will be red and cream. Oh, fun! Fun. Okay, so I've got this whole like thing going on here. I told you guys I bought one of these thread clipper things, and I've been using it, trying to figure out if I like it or not, because normally I just use the thread cutter here on the side of my machine, but I don't like that it puts me over here and not in front of you guys. And that, and I also bought one of these so that if and when I ever have helpers again, I can put them to work. They can cut threads for me too. They can trim them up. So, go. Don't need to be small, so I don't need to worry about that one. Pretty small. Pretty small. There we go. Okay. So there we go. So I'm thinking, I didn't press this, but I'm thinking I kind of want to press them as I go, because I much prefer having them all pressed up and laying nice and flat for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my iron on here, guys, and get this nice and warm and press them out. Hi Denise, welcome back to the channel. So great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic week. It might be easier if I do it this way. I kind of like it. So I'm making a project called Starfire. It is a pattern by Villa Rosa Designs. It's one of those postcard patterns. I think it was a freebie from Cotton Cuts or something. And I'm making those, and it's a little tricky. It's got a Y seam in it, or at least that's what you guys keep calling it. So I'm gonna go with you guys because you're the experts, not me. It's got a Y seam in it, which is something I've never done before. So it's a little weird. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. It's something new. But we've got this one block here, and I'm getting ready to press it up. But this is what the block looks like. Oops. That's what the block looks like. It's kind of cool. I like the block. The block thing seems really cool. But I've got a bunch of them here, so we're going to be pressing these in just a second as soon as the iron gets warm, and then we're going to keep going on that. This is just a work in progress that I have. It's a project that I've kind of had in my sewing room here that I grab, every now and again when I have, when I want to come in here and do something, but I'm just not sure what to do. That's when I do this one. So there's that. Alright, iron is now hot, so we're going to go ahead and press these seams down. And I'm doing it on the back side right now because I want the seams to go a certain way so that they lay nice and flat for me. I'm starting on the back side with this finished one. And I'll flip it over and press the whole thing now. Now that the seams are laying nice and flat. There we go. Yeah, I really like this. I wasn't sure if I was gonna, but I really like it. Oh, Fern, thank you. Thank you for that. I think they will too. I'm kind of excited for them. So now we're gonna press these. I don't know how to do this. I'm wondering if I should even bother pressing or if I should just finger press them for now. Yeah, I think I've changed my mind. You ever done that? You ever changed mind? Love your background. Oh, thank you. Hi, Katie. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you. I think we're just gonna finger press these. I kind of changed my mind here a little bit. I do that often. You guys are kind of used to this by now, I think. I was gonna press them, and then the more I think about it, the more I don't want them a hard press because I had to kind of mess with the seams a little bit when we put the pieces together. So I'm just gonna go ahead with it. Sent you an email. Yes, Katie, I did see the email pop up. I will read it after the stream, but yes, I did see it pop up. So thank you. I saw it. Can't do anything with it at the moment, but I did see it. All right, so let's try and match these up, shall we? So, what's the best way to do this here, guys? So I'm gonna be sewing one at a time here. Can you guys see my brain is like trying to figure this out? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No, I appreciate that. Yeah. Patty says my dog has allergies. The vet says to get him some doggy Benadryl before they try prescription meds. So I got him from Tractor Supply, made from the same maker as the human Benadryl, also the same color. Patty, we just give our dog Benadryl. We don't worry about doggy Benadryl. We just give them regular Benadryl. We just give them like one or half a one. Of course, it also depends on the size of your dog too. But yeah, our bigger dog had allergies, and I think our little one does too. I think Wrigley's got it. See, yeah, Katie, I was with you. See, yeah, human Benadryl works just fine. Yep, you can usually break the pills in smaller pieces if you need to, but it's usually the same milligrams. Yep. All right, so I just finger pressed these real quick, just to kind of give myself a little bit of working room here. Now we're gonna sew up this edge here. So unfortunately, I didn't keep these in any semblance of an order, so I just kind of made my life a little bit more challenging. But you know, to each his own, right? So let's see if I can find it. Because you know, why on earth would I make things easy for myself? Why would I do a silly thing like that? Seems so silly. All right, flip this one onto that one. And sew this one up. Okay. Make sure the edges line up. There we go. All right, one down. One down. And again, I didn't make it easy on myself, so. Pretty sure that, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna screw this up. Like, I can feel it. I'm totally gonna mess this up, I'm sure. Right now, I'm just trying to make it work. Probably should have went with a white thread, but I didn't. So it is what it is. Yeah. $9. Oh my gosh. Wet grass. Our dog, yeah, our dog Bubbles, she was allergic to grass. It was the craziest thing in the world. It's like, what dog is allergic to grass? But that's exactly what it was. She was allergic to grass. Her skin would turn bright pink. She had a skin allergy to it, and so it was like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna pull up the grass in my yard for the dog. It's just not happening. So we worked with our vet. Same thing. We ended up giving her just regular old Benadryl, and that seemed to do the trick. Here it is. Just trying to find this one. Just regular human Benadryl. We always keep Benadryl in the house because of all of Taylor's allergies. My daughter Taylor, all of her allergies. So we always had it in the house, and so we just kind of gave her. We gave her one pill or half a pill a day or something. I forget what the prescription was. It was a while ago, so I can't really remember. But the human Benadryl works just fine. Um, She was a bigger dog, though. She was a 50-pound dog, so I think if you have a smaller dog, you're definitely going to want to double check, you know, maybe break the pills down or something. But Wrigley is super teeny tiny. You guys have seen her. She's only 8 pounds. And we give her a half of a Benadryl every 6 to 8 hours, and that seems to help her because she does the same thing. She turns bright pink. She's not, but she only does it for a little while. It's usually just like when there's leaves and stuff on the ground. Yeah. Alright, so here's this one. This one was an easy one. Hopefully I'm doing these right. Like, I'm not even looking at this point. I'm like, I'm not sure I want to know anymore if I'm doing it wrong. This is just a, I don't want to say scrap quilt, because it's not a scrap quilt, but this is, there's like, it was just a time, like, killer. There's really no, I don't have any intentions for this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. If I'll ever even finish it, who knows. There we go. I've got a bunch of, I told you guys this once before, one of these days I need to pull it out to show you. I have a bunch of spools of thread that are like this big. They're like just enough for one bobbin of thread, right? And so I actually have one on the machine right now. So I have no idea how long it's going to last me. We'll see. Doggy Benadryl is 25 milligrams. He weighs 20 pounds and should have one twice a day according to the directions. Oh, okay. Okay. Patty says it also used for anxiety like fireworks and thunderstorms. Yeah, because it makes them sleepy. Yeah, Benadryl will make the dog sleepy. It makes even humans sleepy too. But yeah, it can be used for that purpose as well. We have done that in a pinch. We have our Addie, our big white, our big Wheaton. She is terrified of fireworks and loud noises and thunderstorms and things. So we actually have some prescription medication for her for 4th of July because the poor thing is she's just a wreck. We live in an unincorporated neighborhood, and they seem to think that that means that it's okay to light off fireworks till 2, 3 in the morning, and she's just a wreck. So we have used the Benadryl before with her, and it didn't really help her at all. We've had to go to prescription medication for her, but we do use the Benadryl for the other two. So it says, I wish we had it when our dog had a bee in his mouth. It stung him. It turned out to be allergic, and he died on the way to the vet. Oh my God, Susan. Oh God, Susan, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, that's just heartbreaking. I'm also allergic to bees. So I understand that, but oh God, that's so heartbreaking, Susan. I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, we keep Benadryl in the house, like I said, because of Taylor. Taylor's got some allergies to some things, and so I just kind of, since she was little, I've just kept Benadryl in the house. So when the dog started taking it, it was like, oh, okay. Like, all right. Susan, I'm so sorry to hear that. That had to have been heartbreaking. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. All right, we're getting there. Moving along, going slow. Just trying to match up fabrics right now. I think I'm doing these right. I'm sure I'll find some that aren't. And I think, I don't want to jinx us yet, but I think that we might have gotten rid of a certain someone, at least for the time being. At least for the moment. They may have decided they didn't want to deal with Streamlabs and moved on. I'm glad to see that we got Streamlabs kind of set up the way we to fight through that stuff. So I'm really grateful for that. You know, Lucas has spent a lot of time setting that stuff up for me, so he's not here for me to thank him, but I will thank him later on. So that helped quite a bit. Of course, I probably just jinxed myself. He's probably just standing and waiting in the background. It's okay though. We'll manage. That's kind of one of the reasons, like, I've told you guys this before, but that I've been thinking about streaming on Twitch just to try something different. I mean, I don't need to. I'm not trying to, like, increase my subscriber count or anything like that. I'm just kind of curious to see how it works. But at the same time, like, the whole idea of the more trolls and having to manage that is it's just kind of daunting. And I'm not sure I want to do it. So, all right, next. This one. Now that I know what I'm doing here, this is coming together much better. I'm enjoying this a little bit more. But I'm 99.9% sure this was one of those free patterns that Cotton Cuts used to throw in. Way back when, one of the free gifts that Cotton Cuts would give you, like your fabric saving. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was a fat quarter bundle. For the life of me, I couldn't tell you where it came from or what it was for, but it was nice. I liked the red and the grays and the blacks, so I thought it was a good contrast of colors. Um, but when I first started using Cotton Cut stuff, they would send you free patterns. These Villa Rosa cardboard patterns, you'd get 3 or 4 of them in your first clue instead of the pencils and things like they do now. So I have a handful of them from that. What is happening? Uh-oh, my string broke. The thread broke. Gotta rethread. There we go. Little bitty, teeny tiny bob of thread or spool of thread is hysterical. I do have a regular sized one, but I'm trying to use up some of this old thread that I've got just to kind of get rid of it. Who knows? I might start giving it away with symbol redemptions. You might start seeing the little spools of thread in there. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. All right, this one here. Nice quiet evening. So nice. Mr. Wizard is in his studio. He's out in the garage since Taylor moved back home. He's been relegated back to the garage, but he said after he moved back out there, he's like, I kind of like this better. I was like, well, don't say that out loud. But he's enjoying his space again. So I think he's decided that the other room is just going to be a winter thing. a winter and display thing. It won't be in the summer. He prefers his space out in the garage. Alright, that was the last of them. Let's go ahead and cut these open. Cut these. Yeah. This seam we could probably press if we wanted to, but I think we'll just wait. I think we'll just wait to press all the seams until we're ready to actually press the whole block. I think it'll be easier that way. There we go. There we go. All right. So now I'm just gonna finger press these open, just so that they're kind of laying flat. And then we'll put our next piece on. I'm also double checking to make sure that I'm doing these the right way. You guys might have seen I moved some half square triangles off camera just over there. That was the extra pieces of these this corner here. So I went ahead and sewed them up into half square triangles. I don't think I'm going to use them for anything. I think I'm going to throw them in my scrap bin. And then they'll go to the members, the Scrap Busters Club, which is a members club that we have. We'll probably go in there. Some of these fabrics are super busy, my goodness. Some of them look really nice. Like that one there that we made looks really nice because of the nice contrasting colors, but some of these are like super busy, my goodness. Go. Alright, so now we're going to sew up the third one, so let's go ahead and grab that. Actually make my life just ever so slightly easier. Since there's only 2 of each type of piece now, I'm just going to go ahead and separate them real quick. I'm thinking that might help me a little bit, because then I don't have to look through the whole pile. So, we'll see. I'm probably just making it more difficult. Just creating extra work for myself, I'm sure. I'm trying to find the most efficient way to do it. It's been a struggle this week. Like, all day today, I kept thinking it was Thursday. Like, when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my god, it's Thursday. I've only got 1 day left in the week. It's not Thursday. It's only Wednesday. So all day it's been a disappointment. I've been disappointed all day long. It's just been a rough couple weeks here in the office. We were really, really busy, and then now everything's just kind of dried up here for a minute, and so now we're not really busy, and so now we're just like, what do we do now? We're trying to enjoy the quiet while we can, because I'm sure it's going to get busy again, but yeah, it's just kind of crazy right now. It's just weird, like, the way the industry works. It's just 1 minute it's slammed and you can't see straight, and then the next minute you're twiddling your thumbs. Like, okay, we could get some things in now. But June and July are notoriously slow months for us, so it's kind of, it's kind of on point for what our trend is. It's just, trying to find things to do, basically. There's plenty to do. It's just deciding which boring task you want to work on next. Because they're all boring. The tasks that we have to do right now, they're all kind of boring, and they just don't keep your interest. And because they don't keep your interest, it's like you really just don't want to do them. Like, you really don't want to. There we go. Oh, look at that, Sean. You're just racking them up. My goodness. Doing a great job. Racking up those thimbles. And then you can trade those thimbles in for prizes. I know somebody else had mentioned it before, but you can trade them in for prizes. The prizes are, anything from a fat quarter to some random notion that I have in my notions box. There's also a free pattern. These are purchased patterns. These are not free patterns, but I'm going to give you a purchased pattern for free. It's random, so it just depends on what I've got in my stash. And they're not digital either. These are hard copy. So they're usually like a Villa Rosa pattern or something like that that I've purchased before and decided I don't want to make, or I've already made it and decided I don't want to make a second one. Those types of things. That's one of the options too. Okay. There we go. I set this one up on the wrong side. That's okay. Go. Now they're going together a little bit faster. Now that I feel like I got my groove a little bit. I feel like I kind of figured this out now. Yeah, I don't remember what fabric line this was. It's a fat quarter bundle. I know that, or a couple of fat quarter bundles maybe. Just don't remember. Probably from a few years ago. I have a tendency to buy pre-cuts and then like I stash them away and then I'll use them like 3 or 4 years later. I don't usually use them the same year I buy them. So most of the fabric and stuff that I work with, you guys probably can't find anymore because I've already, it's already gone out. So. I was talking about it, I think, on Sunday, telling you guys about my stash of fabric, pre-cut fabrics. I was going through my plastic bin. I have a plastic bin that I was keeping them all in. I was going through that looking for something over the weekend, and I have this wicker basket here behind me that's underneath the ladder there that I decided, you know what, I should put my pre-cuts in there because I was trying to figure out what to put in the basket to kind of, fill the space. And so I'm like, well, I'll pull my pre-cut, anything that's still wrapped in plastic, any pre-cuts that are still wrapped in plastic. So then that way, like, they don't get dusty or things like that. Not that I have any animals that shed, but, dog dander and things like that in them. And so I put them in there, and I didn't realize how many I had. it filled the whole basket. The whole basket is full, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's not cool." Like I should probably start using those. So yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with some projects to use them on. Start looking at. I know I've told you guys this before, but I've been trying to look at different patterns to use charm squares with because I have a bunch of charm squares to use up. Of course, I have a ton of fat quarters. I'm always buying fat quarters to do things with. That seems to be fat quarters are like my go-to pre-cut for the most part. Dang it, I did it again. I didn't do this way. Well, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with some projects to use those on. I know that I would like to do a I think it's called a disappearing nine patch. I would like to do one of those. I think they're really cool, and I would like to do one eventually. My eye is watering. I don't know if you guys can see me struggling over here. My eye is like all of a sudden gotten watery. Let me see. Grab this sheet. My allergies are starting to go. I can feel myself getting all stuffy. So, sorry about that. Stupid allergies. Oh my god. It's like it's awful. Oh my gosh. You guys see all the white threads? Oh my gosh. So crazy. I walked out of here on, I think it was on Monday after our members only live stream. I walked out of here and I went in the living room to sit down with Mr. Wizard. And he looked at me and he goes, "You look like you were just attacked." Because I just had threads everywhere. And I'm like, I kind of feel a little bit like I was attacked by some fabric because I have threads everywhere. It was pretty funny. Yes, the lint roller. I was telling you guys, I bought this one as a from WIP. It was a whole kit, so it was like 25 or 30 bucks. But it was 12 rolls and a metal wand, and it rolls so nicely. I absolutely love it. I ended up actually buying two of them, one for me and one for my daughter, because Taylor is really big on lint rollers. And they're super sticky. They work really well. I strongly recommend them. Like, if you guys are lint roller fiend like I am, they work really well. Better than any store bought thing I've ever had. Better than anything store bought that I've ever tried to use. And I bought a bunch of different kinds. Like I bought ones that are like, good for pet hair and all kinds of stuff, and they don't work as well as these do. They just don't work as well. So the good news is I've got some for quite a while because I'm pretty sure it was like a 12 pack of the rollers or the refills. So I've got them for a while. Got them for a while. Sorry guys, just kind of working through these. Give me a little bit of ASMR again. I've been kind of quiet the last couple of live streams, just kind of just relaxing a little bit, enjoying the process, allowing myself to kind of become a little bit absorbed into it. You know, just somebody said, forget who it was, but they said that the sound of the machine kind of lulls them into this, well, basically lulls them into a nap. I don't know about a nap, but it's definitely calming to me. Susan says, I entered 3 quilts in the state fair this morning. Well, awesome, Susan. Congratulations on that. I don't think I am ever going to get to a point where my quilts are what I would consider worthy enough to be in something like that. Not to mention, I'm not sure that I really need or want the constructive criticism about them. But I think it's great when you guys enter your stuff in there. I think it's awesome. You guys are so much more talented than I am. So it's really cool to see it. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and finger press this open, and then the last piece is our last, we have 2 seams left to go. So we're supposed to, remind me again how this works. We go, oh, we push this one off to the side, that's right. Let me press all these first. I'm not really pressing them, I'm just kind of finger pressing them right now. I'm going away from the seams, or I'm away from the center. That seems to work really well for me. Fair opens the end of August. Well, that's cool. Wow, well, that's surprising that you have to enter them in so early, but I guess that's so that they can figure out how many there are and work on the accommodations for them, maybe? I'm not sure. I think it's great that you guys enter them in there, because so much more talented than I am. So much more. Now, Susan, do you enter new ones every year, or are they the same? Or I thought you mentioned something about you can't enter the same ones every year. Um, or maybe it's just ones that have won prizes you can't enter. I don't remember. Because if I remember correctly, last year you took home a couple of prizes, didn't you? Yeah, Katie, I imagine it would be a little difficult for you to do that. You know what? You could create your own quilt show. You could just you could just hang up your quilts all in your home and then create your own and then make yourself some ribbons and judge them yourself, or have them, post pictures on your Facebook page and have people vote on them. You could do that. That could be kind of fun. Maybe might be a lot of work. Well, last one. They opened the entries at the end of May. The 3 this year were ones I had in our county fair. I can't enter the same in both because they're at the same time. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. So you like rotate them around? Fern, yeah, that's an option. I'm not sure how many people she has in her town that quilt, but she could try to organize something in her own town. I imagine that would be a little bit of work, but I'm sure it could be done. Alright, so now we have to sew on the last piece, which is a little tricky, if I'm honest. So we have to sew it this way first. And then we have to come back and sew them up the other way. Not 100% certain I'm not going to do that just yet. I think I'm just going to go one way and then go the other way later. Probably what I'm going to do. Although I guess I could just finish them out here. I could just cut it here and then open it up like this. And then take this piece here, fold it down like that. Yeah, we can do it that way. There we go. There we go. There's the next one. Oh, just went off again. Hi, Jess! Welcome back to the channel. Sorry I missed you there. Yeah, nothing. I just like to check because the girls are traveling still, and so they have been able to reach out to me a few times, and so I just like to check it. You know how it is. You know, when your kids are away, you're kind of like, are they okay? So I know they're grown adults and they'll be fine, but it's like I tell them all the time, I can't turn mom mode off. Like, just as I'm getting caffeinated. There you go. I am having a great night. I am. I'm having a great night. We had a little bit of a troll situation earlier, but I think it's okay for right now. I don't want to jinx it. I'm sure they'll come back at some point, but for right now, it's okay. Probably some 12-year-old kid that's got nothing better to do with their evening than to, besides doing homework, they're, trolling the internet. But Streamlabs was working out really well for me. It kept catching them, so I appreciated that. I think Lucas set that up perfectly for me, so I don't have to worry about it too much anymore. Susan says, I'm surprised Kathy isn't here this evening. Sometimes she makes it on the live stream for an evening, and sometimes not, and that's okay if she can't. I mean, my moderators, they all do this out of the kindness of their heart. It's not like they're being paid to do it, so if they want to, if they can show up, they will. If they can't, that's okay too. I don't really worry too much about it. Yeah, I don't know where Kathy's at. I've been trying to catch her replays of her channel because I have so much fun watching that channel. Just so much fun because she just has some awesome guests on her show. One of these days I'll have to bring some more guests on my channel. I haven't really thought about it too much if I'm honest. Although there is that thimble redemption for being a special guest on the channel. But maybe with these Wednesday streams, since they're just a WIPs, I might have some special guests on. We'll see. I haven't really thought it through very much, honestly. With the completion of the Wild West project, I've just been kind of winging it on Wednesday. If you guys are interested in being a special guest on a Wednesday evening on the channel, let me know. Send me an email. Let me know about it. have to have access to a camera and a microphone and be able to take a Zoom call. That's how I do my stuff. It's through Zoom. So, you and I are past due for sewing together too, Danny. Oh yeah, Katie. Well, we're gonna be sewing together here in a couple weeks. Yeah, for sure. Just wants to know, when do you stream? When do I stream or when does Katie stream? Just wants to know what time on Wednesdays. Well, it's not every Wednesday. It's only one Wednesday a month, and it starts at 7:30 p.m. Central Time and goes until 9:30 p.m. Central Time. It's only one Wednesday a month. I don't do every Wednesday, just one a month. What I try to do is I try to pick a different day of the week during the week to do a live stream, so then that way I can try and reach as many of our subscribers as I can. Because not every day is good for some people. So like one week I'll do a Monday, then the next week it'll be a Tuesday, then the week after that it'll be a Wednesday, and then the week after that it'll be a Thursday. Um, I try to stay away from Fridays just because Fridays are date night. And also because I don't want to, I'm not trying to compete with anybody, and I know, there's some pretty big YouTube channels that have their live streams on Friday nights, and I don't want to compete with them, so I'm not trying to compete or take anything away from anybody. I'm just trying to reach as many of my friends as I can, spend some time with them. Uh, you and Danny make a great team. Oh, Patty, you're so sweet. Thank you. That's so kind of you to say that. But I do have to agree. Katie's awesome. I really enjoy her. I'm really grateful that I've met her and become friends with her. I'm grateful that I've met all of you and become friends with all of you. Really, I really cherish the relationships that I have with all of my other content creator friends, as well as my subscribers as well, for sure. Um, but yeah, I am grateful for the friendship that she and I share. Oh, oh, that's the ice maker. Mr. Wizard must be back in the house. I heard a weird noise coming from down the hall, and I'm like, Susan says, if it's not on a Wednesday, I don't have a guild meeting, I could sure do a WIP Wednesday with you. Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, Jess, for sure. What I might do is I might post my schedule on our Facebook group and then kind of open it up that way and say, if you want to join me, then, on a Zoom call, then let me know and I'll send you the link before. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll even post a note in our community page. We could do that. That would be fun too. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. I think that, doing something like that is a great way for all of us to kind of meet each other a little bit more and, just kind of hang out. It would be a lot of fun. Cheryl, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you're having a fantastic week and a fantastic evening so far. All right. we're moving right along. I mean, we're getting these are actually going together a lot faster than I expected them to. I struggled in the beginning to figure it out, but I think we got it now. I think we've got it figured out now. It's not nearly as complicated as it was more difficult to read the instructions than it was to do it. I finally just had to like be like, nope, I'm just gonna try it out. So the partial seam thing, or what you guys called it, a Y seam, the Y seam thing really threw me off. Like that's not a technique I've done before, and so that kind of threw me. But I think it's turning out okay. I'll show you guys all the blocks here soon. As soon as we start pressing them, I'll show them all to you. That's right, Susan. And encouragement to get quilts work done and get them done. That is true. That is 100% true. That is right. I've got a lot of projects running right now. I think I've got just I haven't gotten to the point where I feel like I'm overwhelmed with them, but I'm definitely at a point where I'm like, okay, I need to finish something. I need I need to give myself a little bit of a win here. So I am thinking about that. Now, you guys remember at the beginning of the year, we kind of got together for our very first stream and we came up with a list of goals that we wanted to achieve for the year. And I am keeping an eye on that, and I have been. That's kind of like my roadmap for the year. Basically, floating seams are easier than Y seams. I don't know what the difference between the two is, so I'm not sure. Um, I don't think it's a Y seam then. I think it's just maybe it's a floating seam. I'm not sure. I was supposed to do like an inch in from the edge and then start, so then that way I had like this extra piece. So maybe it's a floating seam instead of a Y. I don't know. I don't know what the proper terminology is. You guys tell me. What was I talking about? My gosh, so easily distracted today. What was I talking about? I don't remember. That train completely left the station. I have no idea what I was just talking about. That's too funny. I'm sure it'll come back to me. Oops. Oh, thank you, Katie. Thank you. I'll show you guys what they all look like when we start pressing them, but it's actually going together much easier than I thought it was. Like I know I said that a couple times now, but I'm really shocked by how much easier it was than I thought it was going to be. And I mentioned before that this was just kind of a project that I started a while ago, and it was just one of those things where when I didn't know what else to work on, I had it to work on. I have a project bin. You guys can see it behind me. That's just kind of it's basically whips. It's stuff that I don't really I didn't start it on the channel because I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't start it on the channel, and now I'm just kind of putting it together It's kind of very relaxing when I don't know what I know I want to sew, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know, you guys have those days too, where you come in your sewing room and you know you've got projects going, but they just don't. You're just not feeling them, and but you know that if you get in front of the machine and you do something in the machine, it'll just make you feel better. So that's kind of what this project was. It was just one of those things where I just kind of grabbed it and went, you know what, this will just give me something to do. Basically, is how it worked out. So I don't really have any plans for it. I'm sure I will finish it, and then I'll just put it in my on my ladder here, my stash. And who knows, it might be gifted later on someday. But right now, I don't necessarily have any plans for it. It was funny. Tony and Lucas were going to a wedding not too long ago, and Tony came to me and she says, "Mom, do you have any extra quilts that you want to give away?" So she was looking for a wedding gift, and I'm like, you know, I don't, but it would be really nice if I did. Like, it would be really cool if I had like just a stash of made quilts that I could just grab one and say, "Yeah, go ahead, give them this one." You know, that would be kind of neat. So I'm that's kind of one of my goals eventually is to get to the point where I have a stash of them and I can, you know, give them away. Because the girls are reaching the age where they're going to be at a lot of weddings and stuff coming up soon. They're going to be invited to, because they're just kind of at that age, you know. And so it'll be kind of nice to be able to do that for them. And, you know, it'll be a nice special gift for some couple. Floating seams or partial seams? Yes, Susan, it did say in the instructions a partial seam. Yes, it did call it a partial seam. So thank you for that, though. It's something I've never done before. You learn something new every time. You gotta keep learning, otherwise you'll just stand still, and that's never any fun. So it's intimidating. I will tell you that. The first time you do one, it's a little intimidating. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. So great to see you again. Patty says, "I will be collect. I will. I like collecting cool tops. My collection is growing. My kids and grandkids can finish them for me when I'm done." There you go. Yeah, there you go, Patty. There you go. I do have. I don't have any. I shouldn't say that. I might have one unfinished quilt top that's a full size quilt. I still have quite a few unfinished table runners because, like, I was doing table runners a lot for a little while. Um, so I still have quite a few of those, but we're working through those slowly. Um, we are working through those slowly. I still have that gnome Thanksgiving one that I never finished, and I have a Christmas one, so I have to finish both of those at some point. So, at some point, I have to finish both of those. Well, the Christmas one, I haven't even started that one, so that one will probably make its way onto the channel here soon. And the Thanksgiving one too. I was thinking about it. I was actually thinking about it today when I was trying to figure out what WIP I was going to work on. I thought about pulling that one out and decided I just wasn't really feeling that today, so I decided to do this one instead. There we go. A couple more, three more, I think. And then we'll press them all up, and I'll show them to you guys. And depending on what time it is by then, maybe we'll start putting some rows together. We'll see. Probably not enough time for rows, but that's okay. That's all right. Patty says I made a casket quilt. It's made with all my dad's old Notre Dame t-shirts. That one gets buried with me. That one gets buried with me. Ah, wow, Patty, that's amazing. That's really neat. I didn't think to do something like that. Well, probably when we're done making that memory bear, I'm sure that memory bear will be one that goes with me. I've always liked teddy bears. Teddy bears have always kind of been my thing since I was a little kid. So it would be kind of fitting to have a memory bear like that go with me. Do you use that blanket that you've made with your dead shirts? Do you use it, or is it just in a box or a bin somewhere? I'm just curious to know. Just wondering. Go. Two more. So if you guys weren't at the beginning of the stream, you'll have to go back and watch the replay because we were I was struggling to figure out how to put this box together. Just before the stream, I had been reading the instructions and I read them and reread them and laid the pieces out, and I'm like, my brain would not wrap around it. It was just so challenging, and so I finally just said, we're just gonna give it a go. We're just gonna try it. Like the worst thing that can happen is that we have to. But I did give it a go, and luckily I was able to, I persevered and I was able to figure it out. So I'm really proud of myself for that. I didn't get too wrapped up in the anxiety of trying to figure it out, and so that was really neat. I was really grateful for that. So that's a testament to you guys. You guys give me the confidence to do those types of things to kind of challenge myself and go out of my comfort zone and try something new or try a different technique or a different, try a different tool or a different thread type or a different fabric or, just kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit and try something new. So that's because of you guys. I have learned so much and I continue to learn all the time. Every time I turn the camera on, I'm learning something new. Um, but I just keep full threads again. Patty says, my t-shirts, I use it all the time. Oh god, I can tell you where and when I wore each one. 5 were worn when my grandkids were born. Oh wow, Patty, that's amazing. That's really amazing. I don't have enough of an attachment to clothing, and I guess I just never really thought about doing it. Like I didn't keep any of the kids' clothes when they were babies. I kept their the outfits they came home from the hospital in. I did keep those. I couldn't tell you where they're at the moment, but I did keep them. Um, but otherwise, I really didn't keep a whole lot of their. I did keep like their christening gowns in case they wanted to use them for their own children one day. Um, I think I did keep their first Halloween costume. But I didn't really keep enough of their baby clothes to like make a quilt or anything because quilting really wasn't on my radar back then. And I don't know that I regret that. I don't think that I do. I don't really feel like I have any regrets about it. Um, but yeah, it's neat that you're able to do that. I know Sherlock Charlotte has told me that she kept all of Cole's jerseys from when he was in, and all of his baby clothes, and she wanted to make a quilt out of it. She had asked me about it, and it's too intimidating for me to do it because I'd be fearful that she would hate it. And I'm sure she wouldn't. I'm sure she wouldn't, but I'm just too fearful of that. So she's gonna end up sending it to someone else that we trust to do it. Yeah, I never even it never even crossed my mind to do something like that when the kids were little. It was not on the radar for sure. What do we got? We're still doing pretty good. We're still doing really good. All right, let me turn this on. My aunt offered me $500 for it. Oh my gosh. You just can't buy memories. No, I have to agree with you. Yeah, that's just crazy. Like, and to me, that's not enough money either. Like, $500 for that, that's not enough money. That's not even close to enough. Not even close. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and press these now. So I'm gonna actually flip them over so that I can press the back sides first. But first, I gotta wait for the oven. Or the oven. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? The iron. I swear I'm not drinking that much. That's so funny. Uh, this lint roller again. Lord, it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. I love it for the wool pressing mat. Like I use it all the time on the wool pressing mat, all the time. But I love it. It's a metal handle, metal and hard plastic handle. The rolls are just super huge. They're really sticky. I strongly recommend it. Strongly. All right, so looks like the iron is warm now, so let's go ahead and press up this one. We'll press it on the back side first, just to get the seams to lay down the way we want them to. And then I will flip it over and press this side. All right. Many years ago, was commissioned to make a quilt with the lady's dad's shirts for her mother. All the blocks were different sizes, so I had a few partial seams in the quilt top. Oh, okay, gotcha. I've done one t-shirt quilt, and then a couple of t-shirt table runners. You guys remember those? I think we finished those last year, I want to say. So I have done some t-shirt projects. They are definitely not my favorite, and I just stressed out the entire time I did it. Um, I really did not enjoy it. Not because it was technically difficult, but the emotional attachment to things is really where, because I was handling somebody else's memories is basically what it was. The reality of that is really what got me. It wasn't so much the technicality of it. It was from a technical standpoint, it was really easy to do. It was just the stress of not wanting to screw it up because it's not like you can get another one. So that one was a challenge for me. Definitely not something I would want to do all the time, for sure. Some people do them for a living, like that's all they do is they just make these t-shirt quilts, and they're fantastic. They're absolutely beautiful. They do an amazing job, but it's just not my thing at all. This one's kind of neat with the squiggly pattern the way it is. It looks like stripes. That's kind of neat. I'm sure no one noticed the partial seams. That is true. Yeah. There you go. So quilt as you go. Yeah. The one I did, the one scrap quilt I did, that was a t-shirt. It was a t-shirt scrap quilt, and that was also a quilt as you go, because each t-shirt kind of was quilted a little differently depending on the design of the t-shirt. So it was fun. Well, I say fun. It was stressful. It's really stressful. That one is a playlist from the channel if you guys are interested in going to look at that one. That one is a playlist on the channel still. I don't delete my videos. They're all there. They're all on the playlist. They're all organized. If you guys wanted to check those out. I liked their rag quilt. I really did like the rag quilt as a t-shirt quilt. It was kind of neat. I liked the regular rag quilts that I made for the girls as well. I didn't record those because I didn't have the channel at the time when I made those, but those were really nice. The hardest part about a rag quilt, if I'm being honest, the hardest part is the snipping. It's the snipping to make the rag. That is the hardest part. I do have a pair. I did buy a pair of spring-loaded snips to help with that after the first one I made when I didn't have spring-loaded snips. So I did buy a pair of spring-loaded ones after that. So that helped, but it was still a lot of work. It was still a lot of work. Those were all flannel or fleece. Yeah, flannel. Those were all flannel fabrics, so they were real thick. And it ragged up really nicely. It really did, but it was still a lot. Yeah, the first washer dryer mess. Yeah, so I would usually, at least the ones I made, I would wash them like 3 or 4 times. What I did was I'd throw it in the dryer first instead of in the washer. I'd actually throw it in the dryer first a couple of cycles, and then I'd throw it in the washer and then in the dryer again. And that seemed to actually help quite a bit with regards to getting all the threads and stuff out. Um, that seemed to help. But I made 4 or 5 of those the one year. I made one for each of our kids. So it was kind of nice. Oh, thank you, Katie. Thank you. Uh, I'm making everyone a red quilt for Christmas this year. Cotton on the front, back, and middle will be flannel, using whatever flannels I can find at yard sales and thrift stores. There you go. Yeah, I did 3 layers of flannel fabric. The kids picked out the. I had each of the girls pick out the fabrics that they wanted for the top. Um, and then the back, and then I just had them use a solid color for the back, whatever solid color they wanted for the back. And then I bought some cheap, like, white flannel, like a lot of it, for the third layer, because I wanted it to be kind of a little heavy, because winters here can get kind of cold, and, heating the house is expensive. So we tend to keep the thermostat low and just pile on the blankets. Um, so that's why I wanted to make sure that their throw blanket, their rag quilts were really heavy and thick. They are. They're really heavy and thick. In fact, Taylor might have hers. Like when she comes back home, I might ask her if she still. I know she has it. It's just a matter of if it's close or not because she might have packed it away. And Tony's got one too. I mean, obviously she's got one too. I'm not sure if she's got hers packed away or not. One of them, I don't remember if it was Tony or if it was Taylor, but one of them brought theirs to school because they said their dorm room would get really chilly in the winter, so that particular quilt was really warm. So they actually brought it to school for the winter, which I was grateful for that because that's kind of why I made them. The girls were getting ready to go off to school, and I wanted to give them something that would kind of remind them a little bit of home. Oh, that's awesome, Susan. That's really awesome. Teresa, no problem. We appreciate you hanging out with us this evening. We really appreciate it. I know it can be kind of late for some folks. I know that Wednesday evenings don't always work out for everybody, but that's why I've been trying to do like one day during the week, each week a different day, so then that way we can try and meet with as many of our friends as we can. Sunday live streams don't always work out for everybody as well, so that's kind of why I started doing the one day during the week. I forget what we're doing this week. I want to say we're working on our Norfolk quilt this week. I think we're working on black number 4. If I'm being perfectly honest, I haven't even really looked at it. I've cut the fabric cord, but I haven't really looked at what we're doing with it. I am really impressed with the seams on these. They're really laying nice and flat for me. All right, last one. We've got about 15 minutes, so we could probably put a couple of rows together. Although, part of me thinks I'll just kind of hang out with you guys for a few minutes. Just hang out, answer some questions. Just kind of chill. We can do rows another day. There we go. This one's really busy. That one. I like this fabric. It looks weird on the camera, but it's actually flowers. I know it's hard to see, but it's actually flowers. It's really pretty. So there are our blocks. The quilt top is going to be 3 blocks wide and 4 blocks long. I'll probably pick up some fabric to do a border with. Obviously something black and red to go along with it. And then I'm going to need to figure out a backing fabric for it. Backing fabric for it too. So I'll probably pick out something. I don't know what yet. Who knows? This one is kind of hard to see. Like, you can't really see the design very well. Actually, I take that back. I guess you can kind of see it. But, like, this one here makes me a little crazy. Like, look how busy that is. That's a little busy. For me, that's a little bit much. A little bit much for me. Like, same thing with this one. This one's a little busy. A little bit busy. A little bit on the busy side. These are neat. I really like this. It's just a series of dots, but the way the dots are laid out, it makes it look like stripes. So neat. That was really neat. I wish I couldn't figure out what this fabric line was called. I'm sorry that I can't. I really like this fabric. I wish I had this fabric still, because this one would have made a really nice backing fabric. Yeah. That one would have been nice. That one I probably like the most. And then here's the first one we made. So, I think the blocks turned out pretty well. Lot less intimidating than I thought they were going to be, for sure. were a little bit more than I thought they were going to be, but that partial seam thing really worked out, and that's what the instructions called it too. They did call it a partial seam. So it's kind of neat. I'm gonna go ahead and fold these up now and put them in my storage bin over here. And here's those half square triangles I was telling you guys about. When I did the corners, I went ahead and double sewed the pieces and made some half square triangles. So I got a whole stack of half square triangles out of those scraps. So those will go into the project bin. No problem, Jess. You have a great night too. We're just kind of finishing up things here ourselves. So this is my WIPs and UFOs project bin. We've got a project in here that needs to be quilted up. It's already sandwiched and pinned. We just need to quilt it. So this one will go in here with it. I will put those in my scrap bin because I don't need those anymore. I could probably use those for a border. That seems like a lot of work. I don't know that I would want to do that. So yeah, so there was that. Let me see, click over to our channel real quick and see what our live stream. Yeah, we did. We got all the blocks put together. The pieces were all kind of pre-assembled, and then we just put the blocks together. But yeah, Susan, we did get quite a bit done tonight. A lot more than I expected to. I wasn't expecting to get them all done. So let me pop over to our channel real quick and just double check and see. Actually, do I need to go to the channel? I probably don't need to go to the channel. I could probably just go to my calendar. See what we're going to be working on this weekend. I can't honestly remember what we're supposed to be working on this weekend. So let's see. June. We're in June. Yes, I was right. So this Sunday we're going to be working on our Norfolk quilt, which is block number 4. I have the pieces for block number 5. I have not cut them yet. I'll probably do that this weekend. So that one will be coming back here soon. And that will be on Sunday, and then I have Monday blocked off on my calendar for whatever pieces we don't finish on Sunday. We'll roll that over onto a Monday live stream for that. And then on the 22nd, which is the day I'm also going to be meeting with Katie in the afternoon, but I'm going to be working on my puppies quilt for that. We haven't been on puppies quilt in a while. We had to cancel. The last time we were supposed to work on it, I had to cancel because that's when my car broke. So I'm excited to get back into the swing of that one. That one's really exciting. And then our memory bear project is going to be coming back, and we'll probably have another project that we're going to get started on in July. Now that we've finished a couple of projects, it's probably time to start another one. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. One of the things that we have on our goal list is I want to learn how to make a bag. Because I've never made one before, and I'd really like to make like a tote bag or like a grocery bag kind of thing. And I'd really like to make one. So I have not done enough research on it yet to know which one I want to make, what pattern I want to follow, any of that yet. But I would like to do that eventually, so that might end up being the next project that we bring out in July. It'll either be in July or probably September. Because coming in November, we've got a bunch of stuff coming in November, so I'm going to have to try to plan for that. Originally, we were only supposed to have one block of the month that we were going to be doing. Oh, hi, Mary. Welcome to the channel. Mary is a new subscriber. Mary, I'm so sorry that I missed that you subscribed on the channel, and I'm even more sorry that you have to wait as long as you do in order to participate in chat. I really am truly sorry about that. But we had a troll earlier, and so I had to increase it. So sorry about that. But welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for subscribing. I just noticed that we had a subscriber 20 minutes ago, so sorry about that. I didn't even see the thing pop up for it, so welcome. Anyway, so we'll probably start that coming up soon. I know a couple of you have already sent me patterns for bag making. I truly appreciate all of those. If you guys have other ones that you want to send my way, feel free. I know there's a bunch of YouTubers and stuff out there that have free patterns and stuff. I'm looking more for specific suggestions. I can do a bunch of Google searches myself, but I'm looking kind of a little bit more for like specific suggestions. Like if you have another YouTube content creator friend that has posted a free pattern, if you could give me a link to that video that they made it on or their pattern, that would be helpful. Eventually, I will get to a point where I'll start looking at all that stuff and figuring out what I want to do. But for right now, I'm just kind of been collecting that information in the background. We still have one more project that we have not started yet, and that one's called Swirling Leaves. I bought that as a kit last year from one of my local quilt stores, and I'm not sure we're going to get to it this year because, like I was saying earlier, we signed up for a new Block of the Month program that starts in November. It's called Twisted Dreams by Stitching Haven. That's the one we signed up for initially, but then after this past weekend, I signed up for a second one because I couldn't pass it up. So now we have a second one that we're going to also be running in November. So I'm probably going to stagger them, obviously, because there's going to be quite a bit of them. And I may not even start that one on the channel in November. I may just kind of squirrel that one away and start it later once we have something finished. It just depends on how much we've got going on. So we might be working on that later. Who knows? I'm looking off camera, and I apologize for looking off camera. I have the goal list that we created at the beginning of the year. I actually have it pinned on my whiteboard over here, and that's why I keep looking at it. I do have a bunch of patterns listed for reference for more research that I wanted to do on making a bag, but to be honest, I haven't done any research on it yet at all. So if you guys have specific patterns for bag making, like a grocery bag or like I'm looking for something that I can transport my quilt tops into my long arm or bring my quilt tops into a quilt store to find backing fabric, things like that. So I'm looking for something that's decent sized, not a book bag, but like decent size is probably, 4 inches wide or so. So I'm thinking like a reusable grocery bag is probably kind of what I was thinking. Um, I'm kind of looking for something that size. So if you guys have something, a specific pattern in mind or a specific content creator and a specific video where they have made that type of a pattern, if you guys want to email me that information or leave a comment down below with the name of the channel and maybe the episode or whatever, because I know you can't do links in the comments, but you can email them to me. Facebook is another great place to share that information with me as well. And Facebook is great because then that way you're sharing it with everybody, not just with me. You're sharing it with the whole community. So that's another great place to put things too. So if you guys have any ideas for that stuff, the other thing that I'm looking for right now are ideas for pre-cuts because I need to start going through my pre-cuts. So charm square patterns is one that I'm really looking for right now. If you have a really great fat quarter pattern that your go-to, it's your favorite, it's one you always use, send it my way. What I do is when you guys send me all of those suggestions, which some people send them to me like all the time, and I'm so grateful for that. What I do is I kind of swirl them away into a folder, and then when I'm ready to start a new project or I'm trying to find some inspiration, I'll go back to that folder and kind of look through them. And I've been trying to organize them by like what pre-cuts they use and things like that so that I can kind of get to them. So I do have them all. I do look at them all, and I'm truly grateful for everything that you guys share. I use them, here and now and again for things. Sometimes it's not stuff that you guys see on the channel. Sometimes it's stuff that I'm doing off the channel, like this project was. It's just something to use it up. So Susan says, I really need to find the box with my project boxes so I can work on what's there and get them sewn up, quilted, and bound. Susan, I feel you. These, again, you guys can't see it because it's just off camera, but I moved the white cabinet that was behind me. I moved that off camera, and a lot of those bins are filled with WIPs and UFOs. Oh, Katie, that's awesome. I'm sorry that I didn't realize that or missed it, but that's awesome. You're doing a so long for term packs. That's awesome. Yeah, I have a bunch of term packs. Not as many as I used to because I did do a huge giveaway with charm packs recently. Well, last year I think I did a bunch of them. But I do have quite a few still. Good night, Patty. Have a great evening. Yeah, we're getting ready to head out here ourselves. Well, throw them my way, Katie. Yeah, she said you actually have a few things rolling around in your head for charm packs. Yeah, I mean, if you are willing and able, throw them my way. Send me an email with them. Like I said, I'm not necessarily going to do anything with them right this second. But I am trying to collect ideas for things, and I'm throwing around the idea of doing a couple of longer streams, longer day streams, to do like a charm pack quilt or the quilt in the day kind of thing. So yeah, Susan says, I have made no pattern though, Danny. No, that's okay, Susan. It's no problem. I understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just send me an email and let me know. Yeah. I do get all of the emails that are sent to me and I do read them all, but I'm horrible at responding to them sometimes. So I apologize for that. It's one of those things where I read them and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll usually read them on my phone and I'm like, oh yeah, I will respond to that person when I get home because I'm not going to sit here and type on my phone because it's really annoying. And then, I see something shiny and I forget, and then it's like 2, 3 weeks later before I see it again. So I do see every single email that you guys send me. I do read them. I don't always respond to them in a timely manner, and I'm really trying to get better at that. So I do apologize for that. But anyway, folks, I think we're gonna end our stream here tonight. I am starting to get a little tired myself. I am doing better than I was earlier in the week, but I am starting to get a little tired. Did you get the email I sent you? Danny? Susan, are you talking about right now, or are you talking about earlier? When did you send it to me, honey? Let me look. Probably. I probably did. Let's see. Susan. Do I have anything from Susan? Yes, the pork chop one. Yeah, I got it. I didn't respond, but I have it here. Just like I have Terry's from June 9th, and I really need to get better at this, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm terrible. Carrie, you sent me something a while ago. Fern sent me a dress. Like Naomi sent me stuff. Like I've got stuff. I'm terrible at responding. I'm absolutely terrible. Katie, I have yours here too, and that one I will respond to because I know you need a response from me on that. I know, Katie, I know. And I am one of those people, and it's not a matter of I don't want to respond to you or to anybody. And it's not just you, Katie. It's simply a matter of I get distracted and I forget. So I am really trying to get better. I'm truly trying to get better at it. So call me out on it. It's okay. It's fine. I won't take offense to it because I am terrible at it. But anyway, guys, I really do need to get out here. I am starting to get a little sleepy, a little tired, and I still have some other things I need to do left before I can go to bed. So thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good time. Thanks so much for just being here and providing some moral support for me for trying to figure out this block. It turned out to be not nearly as challenging as I thought it was going to be. It turned out to be actually a little bit easier. But it was just a matter of kind of getting out of my head and just putting it on the machine and figuring it out. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Sorry about the trolls earlier. It is what it is. At least we got a handful of new subscribers for a little while, so that's fun. Anyway, if you guys have made it this far while if you're watching the replay and you've made it this far, please remember to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We love to make new friends here on this channel all the time. Otherwise, I will see you guys on our regular streaming time, 10:30 a.m. Central Time every Sunday morning, except for the first Sunday of every month, and then it's an extra half an hour later because we do a virtual breakfast with our kids. I think that's all. Oh, if you guys are interested in any merch, make sure you do !merch in chat. Or if you're watching this as a replay, there should be a link in the description. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a link all the way down there that will get you into our merch channel. I am working on a new logo. I am working on a new logo that will hopefully open up some additional options for us with regards to embroidery and things like that. So I'm hoping to kind of give our store a little bit of a refresh here soon. That's on the list of things to do. It's on the list. It's getting there. So the good news is we're only halfway through the year. So got 6 more months to get through it before the end of the year, right? All right, guys. I am done rattling on, I promise. You guys have a great rest of your evening and rest of your week. And I will see you guys in just a few days on Sunday morning. Bye for now.
Volcanoes erupt. The world as we know it will no longer be there. develops.